Why do men? I would never confide in a man. Boys are stinky. You never know. You'd have better luck, like, talking to your dog. I don't know why my dad is so afraid to, like, talk to me. This is the keyboard we're building today, the Zoom98. This starts in a few days, according to their page, October 10th. I'll run until October 30th, but here is what the packaging looks like. You have all your parts. So this is the battery, you have the knob, you have a badge, you have the 2 keys kit, and you have the badges kit. So similar as the 75, you have the 4 modules. You have the LCD, you have the knob, the 2 keys, and the badges. There's a few compatibility things. So for example, all the badges that you have from like the 75 will fit on the 98. The LCD itself will not fit if you have one from the 75, but the screen will on the 98. So there's just different compatibility stuff to pay attention to. Here we have the internal weight. So in regards to this board, you have a bunch of different options. The configurator is live right now. So you have 14 colors, which are electrostatic, and then you have 6 SE colors. So 5 of those are anode, and then 1 of those is electrophoresis, and that is the E white one. And this is the external weight, which you have 9 different colors. I'm guessing this is either the gold or the rose gold. It looks like the rose gold. And then here is the actual box. Whoa, super nice box. You have the signature telescope on the zoom. So you have the PCB. There's gonna be 2 PCB options. There's a wireless and the wired version. We have a PC plate, the foam kit. Here's the keyboard, and here is the SE lavender. Whoa. So it looks like you have a cable, you have a nice cloth, you have the new stabilizers. These are the gaskets. So this is the SE lavender. It does have a silver chamfer. So the special edition ones, they all have different chamfers. So what that means is, can you see on the side, like right here, like this line right here, they're silver. So you have 6 colors. The black has the gold chamfer, silver doesn't have it, E white has gold, ice blue, lavender have silver, and orange has gold. You see it? You see the silver shining? So I do have a prototype unit, which means that some things will be changing. I'll point out those changes as we move along, but the biggest thing is that instead of using this gem, this is going to be a telescope to match their signature Zoom logo. So here is the front. So here you can see the screen. Here's the side. So this part is a little different. So basically what's different, it's like similar to the Zoom TKL. You now have this diffuser underneath, but this one is on the side. So I don't know if you can tell because it kind of looks the same, but this is a diffuser right here. This is where you would have your RGB come through, your underglow. Here's the back. You do have the long feet. They gave me 2 colors. There's a white and a black. Here's the front. So centered USB port. It kind of looks like a one of those like gold bars, like in the cartoons. Here's the front lip. So just looking at the back, we can see a couple different things. So it does use the long silicone feet, so no non-adhesive feet. You have 4 screws up top, 4 screws at the bottom, so 8 total for the case screws. The Zoom has always hidden the screws, but with like the Zoom 65, the Zoom 75, it was always like within the case, right? But this one is interesting because they decided to do it on the back and just hide it with the feet. So you do have the case screws, instead of being internal, they are now external, but still hidden. It is a chonker. Would you guys believe me if I told you I colored my hair to match the board? This is the diffuser part. It is on the bottom case. This is your internal weight. This M build is 6 pounds and 3.3 ounces. So here are the internals. 2 battery slots. So let's look at the PCB. You do have 2 different types of PCBs that's going to be offered. You have a wired and then you have a wireless. The tri-mode has the screen module, and then the wired has the 2 key default. module. There's a PCB, pretty standard PCB. It has a flex cuts along the alphas, no flex cuts on the numpad, a small physical reset button in case you need that, per key RGB, and it does have this gap right here for whichever module you decide to use. In terms of layout, you can split the left and the right shift. You can do stepped or regular caps lock. You can do split or regular backspace. You can do ISO or ONC enter. And then here you can do 6.25 use spacebar, or you can do 2.25, 1.25, 2.75, so split spacebar. And then I don't know if you guys noticed this right here. This is the LED, or the RGB badge right here. Instead of making the arrow keys like have its own like section, they did condense it over here, and then you have the 4 keys, and here you have the module. The arrow keys are a little offset from the rest of these to make room so that, you know, you do have this right here. But without further ado, I'm not gonna do split spacebar. I know sometimes I do curse layouts because I am lazy, but don't worry, I won't do that to you guys today. Do you have a room that's literally filled with keyboards? Yes. Right next to me, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 on my shelf right there. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in boxes up there. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 around the ground me right now. And then 1, 2, 3, 4 over there on that desk. And then up here I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 on this shelf right here. So yeah, I have a lot of keyboards. Yeah, these are tactile. Let's look at the board. We'll talk a little bit about the details. Here you have the side. So there's a lot to actually look on the side here. So the first thing is that you have the diffuser that you can see right here. There's 2 individual pieces on the left and the right, and it is more subtle. The PCB has a line of LEDs on the PCB that shine through. Back, you have the 4 screws on top, 4 screws on the bottom. You do have this weight right here. So there's 9 different color weights. They're not following with the external back piece like you saw with like the 65 or the 75. That is a change. There's no like pick the back piece, pick the weight. Same design language, you know, you have the gasket slip design, so like the gasket socks. The new stabilizers are pretty nice. I did not add lube inside the housing. I didn't think it was necessary because it already has the silicone in it. Default plate is PC, potential bonus FR4 plate, and a bare resin. Here's the pricing for everything. So group by price, if you get the essential color, starting 205. The cheapest is going to be the wired. So 179. That's insane. The wired is non-flex cut only, apparently. But the tri mode, you have flex cut or non-flex cut. I think by far, this is like, I love this. I love it. I mean, if you don't like RGB, it's like whatever, but I personally love it. My only complaint is that I don't like the feet, but they said they're gonna fix it. So they changed it, right? So before the case screws, at least with like the 65 or the 75, it was inside the case to hide the screws. And I get why they wanted to hide it, but I think once they fix the fitment of the feet, I think maybe it might have helped if they had like additional grooves, just so it's like more secure. The thing I like the most, I like the silver chamfers. It's very subtle. It is hard to catch on camera, but it's really nice. That's the build. Hope you guys liked it. Thank you Meletrix for reaching out and letting me build it again. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. I'll try to answer it the best I can, but I will say this is a step up from the TKL and the 75. I'm gonna be using this board for a little bit.